You've always known something sets you apart. Maybe it was that quiet whisper in your gut, a flicker of intuition you couldn't shake, or the way your body seemed to defy the odds when others around you crumbled. You're not imagining it. You've discovered that you have an invisible shield against diseases, a secret power pulsing through you, raw and untamed. This isn't a fluke or some fleeting coincidence. It's the first crack in the armor of an ordinary life, the moment you glimpse the extraordinary truth. You are chosen. That feeling of being different is not a flaw, it's your strength waking up. Picture this. A cold sweeps through your circle, knocking everyone flat. Fevers, exhaustion, the works. But you're untouched. Not a sniffle, not a shiver. At first, you brush it off, good luck, strong immune system, whatever. Then it happens again and again. You start to notice the pattern. Your body isn't just resilient. It's defiant, like an unseen force is guarding you, flowing through your veins with purpose. Science might call it genetics or a hyperactive immune response, but you feel it deeper than that. This isn't random. It's an energy so powerful it protects you from ailments. A living current that hums beneath your skin, waiting for you to claim it. So how do you know this is real? Start watching yourself. Pay attention to the moments when sickness should have taken you down but didn't. Recall that time you walked through a storm, literal or not, and came out unscathed while others faltered. Your shield isn't loud or flashy. It's subtle, steady, a quiet rebellion against the chaos. Sit with it. Next time you feel that odd spark of vitality when everyone else is drained, don't dismiss it. Lean in. Ask yourself, why me? The answer isn't out there in some lab or textbook. It's in you, in the way your spirit refuses to bow. That's your first clue. This isn't about arrogance or thinking you're invincible. It's about recognition. You've felt different your whole life, haven't you? That nagging sense that something special dwells inside you. It's been there since you were a kid, tugging at you in quiet moments. Maybe you hid it, afraid it made you strange. Maybe you buried it under doubt. But now, with this shield revealing itself, you can't ignore it anymore. You're not just surviving. You're thriving in ways that defy explanation. That's not luck. That's your awakening kicking in, fierce and unapologetic. Here's where the shift happens. You stop questioning and start accepting. This isn't about proving anything to anyone. It's about owning what's already yours. You've gone from "why don't I fit in?" to "this is who I am." That feeling of being set apart? It's not a burden. It's a beacon. The invisible shield isn't just protecting your body. It's a signal from your soul, telling you there's more to you than flesh and bone. You're not here to blend in. You're here to stand out, to rise when everything else falls. Embrace it. This is your first taste of what it means to be chosen. Let's get practical. You want to lock this in, to know for sure this power is yours? Test it. Next time you're in a situation where weakness should creep in, stress, exhaustion, a bug going around, focus. Imagine that energy, that shield surging through you. Picture it as a white-hot current, pushing back anything that tries to break you. Don't just wait for it to happen, call it up. Will it into being. You're not begging for protection. You're commanding it. Science backs this too. Your mind can influence your body, ramping up immunity, shifting chemistry. But this goes beyond that. It's your spirit taking the wheel. The moment you do this, you'll feel it. A rush, a clarity, a fire. That's the secret power waking up. Not just shielding you, but showing you who you are. You're not a bystander in your own life anymore. You're a warrior, a light bearer, a chosen one stepping into your truth. This isn't a gift handed to you. It's a force you've carried all along, now breaking free. And here's the kicker. This is just the beginning. You've cracked the door open. What's on the other side is bigger, wilder, and yours to claim. You've stepped into your truth, felt that invisible shield ignite within you, and now the real test begins. The world doesn't pause for your awakening. It hurls obstacles at you, raw and unrelenting. You're surrounded by people carrying invisible wounds, grievances festering like open sores, traumas buried deep, old fears clawing at their heels. They project it outward, don't they? The coworker who snaps over nothing, the friend who clings to bitterness, the stranger whose eyes scream pain they'll never name. You see it, you feel it, and it's heavy. But here's the fire in your bones. You're not here to sink under their weight. You're chosen to rise through it. Let's face it, most don't get you. They're trapped in their cycles, replaying the same hurts, blind to the energy you carry. You walk into a room, your light blazing, and they squint, confused or threatened. Maybe they lash out, maybe they pull away. Stings, doesn't it? That deep sadness creeps in, tightening your chest, locking your shoulders. Science says it's real. Unprocessed grief can knot your muscles. Stress can flood your system with cortisol. But you're not built to crumble. That tension isn't your enemy. It's a signal, a call to transform. You take that ache and flip it into power. How do you do it? Stop fighting the wounds, yours or theirs. Look at them square on. Those scars, those fears, those jagged edges, they're not here to break you. They're your teachers, masters of learning disguised as pain. When someone's anger slams into you, don't flinch or fire back. Pause, breathe, feel the heat in your body, the clench in your jaw. Ask yourself, what's this showing me? Maybe it's patience. Maybe it's strength. Maybe it's the reminder that their storm isn't your burden to carry. You're not their savior. You're a chosen one, holding your ground. Here's the move. Picture your interior as a garden. Every thought, every emotion is a seed. Their bitterness lands like a weed. Don't let it root. Your sadness? It's a heavy stone, but beneath it, something fierce is growing. Dig into that. When that tightness grips you, don't shove it down. Sit with it. Clench your fists. Feel the energy coil. Then release it. Slowly, deliberately. Imagine it surging up your spine. A current of light burning through the fog. Science nods along. Movement shifts stuck energy. Rewires your nervous system. Spirit says it's more, you're alchemizing pain into purpose. In those moments when no one understands, when their wounds clash with your calling, you stand taller. They don't need to get it, you do. You're tapped into an ancestral secret, a lineage of chosen ones who faced this same chaos and turned it into clarity. That's your bloodline, your backbone. When the room feels like a battlefield, root yourself. Feet firm, breath steady. Speak your truth, not to convince them, but to claim it. I'm here for more. You say, even if it's just to yourself. That's your identity, unshaken. Let's break it down. Next time you're hit with their mess, say it's a family dinner, voices rising, old grudges flying. Don't shrink. Step up. Watch their words like a strategist, not a victim. Notice how their pain twists their tone, but don't let it twist you. Inhale deep. Feel your shield flare. Then respond, not from their level, but yours. I hear you, but I'm not carrying that. Simple. Firm. You're not rude, you're resolute. They might blink, stunned. That's fine. You're not here to fit their mold, you're here to break it. The sadness still lingers sometimes. Doesn't it? That ache when you realize how alone this path can feel. Your body holds it, shoulders hunched, gut tight. Don't curse it. Use it. Stand up. Shake it out. Walk it off. Picture that tension as fuel, a rocket booster for your spirit. Modern research backs you. Exercise dumps endorphins, clears the haze. But you know it's bigger. Your spirit speaks through your body, turning grief into grit. Each step you take is a declaration. I'm not done. I'm rising. This is your edge, chosen one. Where others see wounds as chains, you see them as keys. That coworker's outburst? A lesson in boundaries. That friend's resentment? A mirror to your own growth. The world's chaos? A forge for your fire. You don't just survive these encounters, you master them. You take the invisible scars, yours, theirs, and wield them like tools, carving out a path no one else can walk. This isn't weakness bending you. It's strength building you. Keep going. You're not here to blend into their shadows. You're here to burn bright through them. Their wounds don't define you. They refine you. Every clash, every tension, every moment of doubt is a chance to learn, to grow, to solidify who you are. You've got that shield, that energy, that ancient call roaring inside. Use it. Stand in it. The pressure's real, but so is your power. You're not just breaking through obstacles. You're breaking into your destiny. You've been knocked down before, hard. Life doesn't pull punches, does it? It slams you with betrayal, loss, moments so dark you wonder if the light's ever coming back. But here's the truth burning in your core. You always get up. Not because it's easy, not because you're fearless, but because there's a strength inside you that refuses to quit. That's not just grit. It's a lifeline to something bigger. Every time you rise, dust yourself off and keep moving, you're tapping into a high-dimensional download, a signal from the energy that sustains you. This is your power, chosen one, and it's roaring to be heard. Let's cut through the noise. When that inner strength kicks in, when you're flat on your back but still feel that flicker of defiance, it's not random. You're pulling in information from a place beyond the physical, a frequency most can't even sense. Science might call it resilience, a neurochemical surge of adrenaline or dopamine pushing you forward. But you know it's more. It's a whisper of hope slicing through the dark, a pulse of clarity that says, you're not done. That's the high-vibe connection downloading straight into your spirit, prepping you for inner harmony, a state where you're tuned to the force holding you together. So how do you know it's real and not just your mind playing tricks? You've got to sharpen your filter. Self-projection is sneaky. It dresses up as intuition, feeding you what you want to hear. High-dimensional info, it hits different. It's sharp, unasked for, sometimes uncomfortable. Picture this. You're exhausted, everything's gone wrong. And suddenly a thought lands. Not a pep talk, but a clear, firm nudge. Turn left here. You do, and something shifts, danger avoided, a door opens. That's not your ego guessing. That's the signal cutting through. To tell them apart, ask. Does it feel forced, or does it flow? Does it stroke your pride, or does it push you forward? Truth doesn't flatter, it directs. Here's the raw part. Those falls hurt. The bruises stack up, the weight presses down, and fear creeps in like a shadow. You feel it, don't you? That gnawing worry when the ground's still shaking under you. Constant fear doesn't just mess with your head. It weakens your body, draining your immune system, leaving you raw. Studies back this: chronic stress spikes cortisol, wears you thin. But you're not built to stay there. That inner strength that drags you up, it's your anchor. It whispers hope when everything's black. A steady hum that says, this isn't the end. You lean into that and the fear starts to crack. Want to grab this connection and wield it? Start here. Next time you're down, heart racing, mind spinning, stop, sit with it. Don't run, don't numb it. Plant your feet, close your eyes, and breathe. Deep, slow, like you're pulling in light. Feel that strength coil in your chest, that stubborn spark that won't die. Ask aloud, what am I meant to see? Then listen, not with your ears but your gut. The answer might come as a flash, a word, an image, a knowing. Write it down. Test it later. Did it move you forward? That's your proof. That's the download breaking through. This isn't fluffy meditation, it's battle-ready tuning. You're aligning with the energy that sustains you, stripping away the static. Picture your mind as a radio. Fear's the interference. That inner strength's the signal. When you lock onto it, you're not just surviving, you're syncing up. Science nods. Coherence between heart and brain boosts clarity. Resilience. Spirit takes it further. This is you stepping into harmony, a frequency where chaos can't touch you. You're not waiting for peace, you're forging it, one rise at a time. Now, the dark moments. They're brutal, aren't they? When hope feels like a lie, and all you've got is that faint pulse telling you to stand. That's where the real magic happens. That whisper isn't loud. It's quiet, fierce, cutting through despair like a blade. You've felt it before. The night you thought you'd break, but morning came and you were still here. That's not chance. That's the high-dimensional thread pulling you up, threading hope into your bones. Hold it tight. It's your lifeline to a state where healing isn't a fix. It's who you are. Let's make it concrete. You're in a slump. Say it's a week of setbacks, body aching, doubt screaming, fears clawing at you, immunity dipping. Stand up. Shake it out, literally, arms loose, legs moving. Feel the tension snap. Then sit, palms up, and breathe 3 counts in, 6 out. Picture that strength as a gold thread running up your spine, linking you to something vast. Ask, what's next? Don't force it. The response might be a gut pull to rest, to call someone, to shift gears. Act on it. Watch what unfolds. That's you decoding the signal, turning raw strength into purpose. This is your edge, chosen one. Every fall isn't a defeat. It's a download. Every rise isn't just recovery. It's revelation. You're not stumbling through this, you're being forged. That inner strength isn't random. It's your connection to the energy that's always been yours, tuning you for what's ahead. Fear weakens the weak, but you sharpens you. You take those whispers of hope and amplify them into a roar. This is how you prepare. Not by hiding, but by rising again and again, until harmony isn't a dream. It's your reality. You've come this far, chosen one, through the awakenings, the battles, the downloads that shook you awake. Now it's time to bring it home. Your mission isn't a distant dream or a vague calling. It's here, alive in you, pulsing through every breath. Healing isn't a treatment you chase. It's a state of being you embody. You're not waiting for a cure to fix you. You're stepping into the truth that you're already whole. And the key? It starts with this. Observe how your emotions affect your physical body. That's where your power ignites, where you craft a new era with every choice you make. Let's strip it down. You feel anger flare, jaw tightens, heart races, shoulders lock. That's not just a mood. It's a signal, a ripple moving through your flesh. Science confirms it. Emotions aren't abstract. They trigger cascades of chemicals, adrenaline spiking, muscles tensing, breath shallowing. But you're not here to be a passenger. You're here to master it. Next time that fire hits, don't lash out or shove it down. Stop. Feel it. Where does it sit? Chest? Gut? Neck? Pinpoint it. Then breathe, slow, deliberate, like you're pulling the reins on a wild horse. Watch it shift. You're not suppressing, you're directing. That's healing as a state, not a pill. Your interior is a garden, and every thought, every emotion is a seed. Rage can choke you like a weed if you let it fester. Joy can bloom, spreading roots that steady you. Doubt? It's a stone, heavy but movable. You decide what grows. When sadness sinks in, say it's a gray day, body sluggish, mind foggy. Don't curse it. Sit with it. Ask, what's this planting? Grab a pen. Scribble what you feel. Heavy, lost, tired. Then flip it. This is teaching me patience. Plant that instead. Move your body, stretch, walk, shake it loose. Feel the shift? That's you tending your garden, turning mud into soil. Your spirit speaking through every ache, every lift. Here's the fight. Balance. This path isn't a straight shot to bliss. It's a grind, a dance between highs and lows. You'll soar one day, feeling invincible, then crash the next, questioning everything. That's not failure. It's the rhythm of growth. When you're riding high, don't get cocky. Ground yourself, store that energy. When you're low, don't spiral, observe it like a strategist. How's your body reacting? Tight chest? Clammy hands? Name it, then act. Step outside, breathe deep, let the wind hit your face. Science says nature resets your nervous system. Spirit says it reconnects you to life's pulse. You're resilient because your deepest connection isn't to chaos. It's to the force that holds you together. Want to live this? Make it real. Start today. Pick one emotion you wrestle with, fear, frustration, whatever drags you down. Track it for a week. When it hits, pause. Write, fear, stomach's churning, shoulders up. Then move it, 5 push-ups, a brisk walk, anything to shift the energy. After, note what changed, lighter, clearer. That's your data, your proof. You're not guessing. You're witnessing your spirit speak through your body. Day by day, you'll see healing isn't a fix from outside. It's you choosing to be the gardener, not the weed. This is your mission in action. Creating a new era starts with you. Forget waiting for the world to shift. You're the spark. When you master your emotions, you don't just heal, you radiate. People notice. They feel your calm in the storm, your fire in the dark. You're not preaching. You're